He came into my office at 70 years old, shoulders slumped, eyes tired, voice barely above a whisper. "Dr. James," he said, "I just don't feel like a man anymore." He wasn't talking about pride or ego. He was talking about something deeper. No energy in the morning, no spark, no intimacy. He thought it was just aging. But what shocked him, and will likely shock you, is that within just 24 hours, something changed. And it all started with one simple food he added to his breakfast. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara. I've spent over 30 years helping older men restore their strength, confidence, and performance without relying on pills or empty promises. I believe in science, and I believe in results. What I'm about to share with you has helped thousands of seniors across the country feel like themselves. Again, strong, steady Ella, because here's the truth. What if the reason you're feeling weak, disconnected, or less like yourself has nothing to do with age and everything to do with what's missing from your plate each morning? Today, I'm going to reveal the one morning food that's been clinically shown to support testosterone, improve blood flow, and awaken male vitality. I'll show you exactly how it works, what changes to expect in 24 hours, 7 days, and 30 days, and why most men have been unknowingly avoiding the very thing their bodies crave most. So stay with me, because if you're over 60, this one simple change could be the turning point you've been waiting for. Before we dive in, if you're a man over 60 looking to feel stronger, more confident, and full of life, again, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. This channel is made for you. And if this message speaks to you today, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Your feedback helps me create even better advice just for you. Let's start with the foundation. The one food that has quietly helped thousands of older men regain their energy, confidence, and performance after 60. It's simple, it's affordable, and chances are it's already in your kitchen. Yet most men overlook it completely. I'm talking about eggs, nature's most powerful tool for restoring male vitality. Let me explain why. The one food that awakens male vitality. After 60 awakens male vitality after 60. I still remember the first time I truly saw at work one of my long-time patients. His name was Richard, came back for a follow-up visit, just 10 days after I made one small change to his morning routine. He sat down, leaned forward with a quiet grin, and said, "Doc, I don't know what's happening, but I feel like I woke up for the first time in years." And all we did was start his day with one food, no medications, no supplements, just 2 simple eggs every morning. Now you might be thinking, eggs, that's it? But don't let the simplicity fool you. Eggs are one of the most complete sources of protein on the planet. And for older men, that's not just good news. It's essential. As we age, our testosterone levels drop, our muscle strength declines, and our circulation slows down. All of that affects our energy, our motivation, and, yes, our ability to perform. But the right nutrients can turn that around. Eggs contain a powerhouse combination of leucine, high-quality protein, healthy fats, and a nutrient called choline, critical for hormone production, blood flow, and neurological function. And don't forget the cholesterol in the yolk. Your body needs it to make testosterone. That's right. The very hormone that defines vitality and drive in a man is built in part from the cholesterol found in eggs. It's nature's perfect fuel for rebuilding what time has slowly taken away. Richard wasn't an exception. I've seen this same transformation happen in men from 60 to 85, just by adding eggs to breakfast. Within a few days, they start waking up with more energy, more clarity, and yes, firmer, more consistent morning function. Not because eggs are magic, but because they give your body the raw materials it's been starving for. But eggs are just the beginning, because what actually happens inside your body after you start eating them well? That's where things get really interesting. Let me show you exactly what changes take place in the first 24 hours, the first 7 days and beyond. Why eggs boost erection strength and testosterone. naturally. 2. Why eggs boost erection. So, strengthen testosterone naturally. When Richard came back a month later, he looked like a different man. His posture had changed. His handshake was firmer, but it was the quiet confidence in his eyes that struck me most. He said, "I didn't just get my energy back, Doc, I got my marriage back." That moment reminded me why I became a doctor in the first place. You see, people often think of eggs as just breakfast food, but when it comes to men over 60, they are so much more than that. Eggs are like nature's prescription for rebuilding, what makes us men biologically. Here's what's happening. Eggs contain leucine, an amino acid that acts like a switch to stimulate muscle, growth and repair. That's key for older men who are losing muscle mass, especially in the legs and pelvic floor. But the magic doesn't stop there. Eggs also deliver a generous dose of choline, which supports brain function and helps produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter critical for muscle contractions and blood flow, that includes the blood flow that matters most for intimacy. And then there's the yolk. So many seniors were told to skip it because of cholesterol fears. But here's the truth. Your body needs cholesterol to make testosterone, and testosterone is the lifeblood of male performance, confidence, and vitality without enough of it. Even the best lifestyle habits fall short, but give your body the right building blocks and things start to shift. I've had men tell me they wake up with morning firmness they haven't felt in years just from eating 2 eggs daily. That's no coincidence. That's biology working the way it was meant to. These changes aren't just about hormones or nutrients. They're about identity when a man starts to feel strong again. Everything else follows. And what's even more encouraging is how quickly these changes can begin. In fact, some men notice results in just a few mornings, but how exactly does that happen? Let's take a closer look at what unfolds in your body after 24 hours, 7 days and 30 days of starting this one habit. What happens in your body? After 24 hours, 7 days and 30 days of starting this one habit, 30 days 3. What happens in your body after 24 hours, 7 days and 30 days? The beauty of the human body, especially the aging male body, is that it never truly gives up on you. It waits quietly, patiently, and when you finally give it the nourishment it's been missing, it responds with a kind of strength and clarity that feels almost miraculous. That's exactly what Richard told me. It wasn't just one big moment, he said it was these little changes day after day. I could feel myself coming back. So what actually happens when you start eating eggs every morning? Within the first 24 hours, your body begins using the protein and choline to rebuild and refuel blood flow, starts to improve subtly, and your brain begins producing more of the neurotransmitters that support mood, energy, and, yes, arousal. You might not notice it immediately, but the system is switching back on by day 7. Something shifts. You may start waking up with more clarity and drive. Your muscles, especially in your legs and core, begin responding better. Some men report firmer morning function around this time, not just once, but consistently. Testosterone levels begin to rise naturally as your body gets the cholesterol and nutrients it needs to manufacture it by the 30-day mark. The changes are no longer subtle. You feel stronger, more grounded, energy comes more easily, and something else happens. Your confidence returns, not because you're trying to be someone you were at 30, but because you're starting to feel whole again. Your body isn't fighting you anymore, it's working with you. I've seen this transformation time and again. It's not magic, it's not hype, it's biology responding to the right inputs. But if this one food can do so much, why are so many older men still feeling weak, tired, and disconnected? The answer might surprise you, and it's not your fault. Let me show you exactly why most seniors feel weak and why it's not their fault seniors feel weak and why it's not their fault. One of the hardest parts of my job is watching good men blame themselves for what aging has done to their bodies. I've sat across from men who once ran businesses, raised families, and faced life's toughest battles, now feeling ashamed because they're tired, weak, or no longer performing the way they used to. But here's what I always tell them. It's not your fault. You've been given the wrong map for decades. Seniors have been told to avoid fat, skip cholesterol and eat bland, low-protein breakfasts. Eggs are dangerous. They were told cholesterol causes heart problems, but new research has turned that old advice on its head. The truth is, many men over 60 have unintentionally starved their bodies of the very nutrients needed to keep their strength, drive, and vitality alive when you start each day with toast and jam or skip breakfast. Altogether, your testosterone suffers, your blood flow slows, your muscles break down faster, and over time, that quiet drain begins to show up in your energy, your mood, your confidence, even your ability to feel like a man. This isn't aging. This is nutritional neglect rooted in fear and misinformation. I've seen men come back from the brink, men who thought they were just getting old, simply by changing what they put on their plate each morning. Their hands stop trembling, their legs regain power, they start sleeping better, and most of all, they stop feeling invisible, because when your body is fueled the right way, everything starts working again. From your heart to your hormones, you are not broken. You are just missing the truth. And once you have it, there's no going back. In fact, nothing makes that truth more real than hearing from men who've lived it. Men just like you, who made the change and got their strength back. Let me introduce you to a few of them. Their stories might sound a lot like yours. Real stories from men over 70 who got their power. Back 5. Real stories from men over 70 who got their power back. There's something powerful about hearing a man speak from experience, especially when he's walked through the same struggles you're facing now. I've had the honour of witnessing that power firsthand, again and again, men in their 70s and even 80s who once thought their best days were behind them, who felt like the spark was gone for good, only to discover that with one simple change their story wasn't over. It was just beginning again. Let me tell you about Harold. He was 73, quite reserved and visibly worn down. When we first met Doc, he said, "I'm not looking to be 25 again. I just want to feel like myself." That honesty struck me. So we started with the basics, a better breakfast built around 2 whole eggs, some healthy fats, and a little protein. 3 weeks later, he came back with a smile. I hadn't seen before. He said, "I wake up ready now, not just physically, but mentally." My wife noticed. I noticed I didn't think this was possible at my age. And then there was Bernard, 76, a retired school principal who had quietly withdrawn from his marriage and social life. He told me he felt flat, like something had shut off inside him. We rebuilt his mornings from scratch, gave his body what it had been missing, and within a month, he told me, "I'm laughing again, I'm holding her hand again, and I don't feel ashamed anymore." That's what happens when a man starts to come alive again. It's not just about hormones or food, it's about feeling like a whole man again. These stories are real. These men didn't take shortcuts, they simply gave their bodies the right tools consistently with purpose. And what they got in return was dignity, connection, and strength. If that's what you want, it all begins with how you start your day, and in just a moment I'll walk you through the exact breakfast plan I recommend to every man who's ready to rebuild his performance starting tomorrow morning. Your morning meal plan for male performance. Seth, your morning meal plan for male performance. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of working with older men, it's that the smallest habits often create the biggest change. That's especially true when it comes to breakfast. Most men over 60 skip it, rush it, or fill it with sugar and carbs that drain their energy by mid-morning. But when you give your body the right kind of fuel, first thing in the day, real fuel built for strength, blood flow, and hormone support, you start showing up differently in your life. You don't just feel better. You feel capable again. So what does that look like? It's not complicated. It's not fancy. It's real food that speaks your body's language. Start with 2 whole eggs scrambled in olive oil or boiled, keep the yolks in. That's where the testosterone-boosting cholesterol and choline live. Then add half an avocado. Its healthy fats and magnesium support smooth blood flow and help prevent the muscle cramps. So many men silently suffer through next scoop in half a cup of plain Greek yogurt. It's packed with protein and probiotics that aid digestion and nutrient absorption, especially important if you want your testosterone and circulation to improve naturally. And finally, include a small bowl of oats, topped with a few crushed walnuts or chia seeds. Oats provide steady energy and contain arginine, a natural compound that enhances blood vessel function. You don't need to starve yourself or follow some strict diet. You just need to feed your body, like a man who still wants to live with strength and purpose. This meal isn't just breakfast. It's a signal to your system. I'm not giving up. I'm building something. And that one choice made daily has helped countless men regain their vitality in ways they thought were gone for good. But even with the best plan, the question remains: what happens if you keep ignoring this? What's quietly breaking down behind the scenes when your body doesn't get the support it needs? The answer may surprise you, and it might explain what's really been holding you back all this time. Doctor's final message, 7 Doctors' final message. This is how you reclaim your manhood after 60. There's a quiet pain many men carry as they get older. It's not something we talk about. It's not the kind of pain that sends you to the emergency room. It's the slow, invisible kind, the kind that creeps in when your strength fades. Your energy slips away and your identity as a man begins to feel like a distant memory. I've seen that look in a man's eyes. The silent question, is this just who I am now? And every time I look him in the eyes and tell him the truth, no, it doesn't have to be. Reclaiming your manhood after 60 isn't about pretending you're 25 again. It's about honouring the man you are now and giving your body the tools to show up fully. It starts with the morning, with one meal, one decision. That simple choice to nourish yourself, like you matter. That's not small, that's not trivial, that's a declaration. Every time you crack an egg, every time you reach for something that feeds your strength, you're telling your body, we're not done yet. And your body listens. I've seen men in their 70s rebuild intimacy with their partners. I've seen widowers regain the will to get out of bed and go for a walk. I've seen men who thought their best days were gone wake up one morning and realize they're not just alive, they're living. That's the real gift, not just performance, but purpose. Not just testosterone, but dignity. And it's all within reach, so if you've ever felt like time was stealing something from you, hear me clearly, it's not too late. Your strength, your vitality, your confidence, they're not gone, they're waiting. And now that you know what your body truly needs, the next step is even more important, because tomorrow morning can either look like every other morning or it can be the start of something brand new. Let me show you exactly how to begin. Conclusion. If you've made it this far, I want you to pause for a moment, take a breath, because what we've talked about today isn't just about food, it's about choice. A simple daily choice that has the power to shift everything. You've heard the science, you've heard the stories, and maybe deep down, something inside you is saying, I want that. I want to feel like myself again. That voice matters. Listen to it. We started with one powerful food, eggs, not just a source of nutrition, but a symbol of possibility, full of the protein, healthy fats and nutrients your body needs to naturally support testosterone circulation and strength. You now know how it works from the first 24 hours to 30 days. Your body responds when you give it what it's been missing. And if you've ever wondered why you felt tired, disconnected, or weak, it's not your fault you were working with the wrong information. But now you have the truth. You've heard the stories of men over 70 who got their vitality back. Real men, real struggles, real results. You've been given a step-by-step morning meal plan that doesn't require fancy supplements or expensive programs. Just a handful of honest, wholesome foods that can rebuild the foundation of your manhood. And you've heard my message as your doctor, and as a man who has spent decades walking beside others. Like you. Your age is not your limitation, it's your turning point. This isn't about chasing youth, it's about claiming your strength today with the wisdom, experience, and courage you've earned. You still have fire in you, you still have value to give. And when you nourish yourself with intention each morning, your body responds not just with better energy and performance, but with pride. So tomorrow morning, when you crack those eggs and sit down to that first bite, remember, it's more than breakfast. It's a statement, a commitment, a quiet promise to yourself that you're not finished. Yet you're just getting started. And I'll be here with you every step of the way. If this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button to let me know. This helped you share it with a friend or brother who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below, I read everyone. And if you'd like to support this channel and help me keep creating real, honest health advice for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every gesture, every word, every share, it all makes a difference. Let's keep this movement going together.